So this staff that I have here is a Condor. It's made from the same wood as my Jaguar staff. And this is a very, very powerful staff as well. I can just feel it. When I first went to South America in 2018, I got on the airplane, and as soon as the airplane landed in Bogota, I could feel my heart, like it just felt like it was in love, you know. And I could feel the love as soon as I touched down. I've just been in love with this place since. And now I'm in Peru, and it's different than Colombia, but it's still down here. It's just and this condor, you know, represents the heart, and it's something that we've, at least I feel like in the States, we've kind of neglected that quite a bit, and we've traded it off for mental and things like that. I wanted to actually talk about prophecy right now because we're in 2021. I don't really care if I come across as unpopular as uncool. I kind of decided it doesn't matter if I get all the dislikes. You know, you look at some of these videos that are going around, like, you know, that are so obvious propaganda, like from the World Economic Forum and stuff. And there's a hell of a lot more dislikes than there are likes, and I think it's kind of funny. But even if I get all those dislikes, then fine, you know. If this is going through one, I guess what a lot of people don't understand when they're doing this type of work through video or YouTube or whatever, if they actually help one person, then that's the point. Then that's your work. Because that one person can actually become the president of a nation, be the governor of a nation, the leader of some sort of church, or, you know, I don't want to say revolution or whatever, because a lot of those are controlled by other forces nowadays, but let's just say, you know, at least the revolutionary in his own life, you know, or her own life. And I think, I guess it's an ego trip if I'm worrying about that. If I'm worrying about whether people are going to like this or not, what I have to say, because I know I have something to offer somebody, whether that's a lot of people or one person. You know, maybe it doesn't matter. And I just decided tonight I don't need to be on some sort of ego trip. I just started really posting. I've never put as much out here as I have. And I hope a lot of people look at it, and I hope, you know, people say, hey, this is too much, this is too machismo, or, you know what I mean, or toxic, whatever the fuck they say nowadays, you know, then 10-4 on that. And that's what I'm going to say to you, 10-4. If anybody says anything like that, you know, 10-4. Because I know what I'm doing in my heart, and I can feel it, and I have love for women, I love for the futures, the generations. I would like to have lots of children, and I want to create, at least as much as the best I can, create a world that they can live in. And we should all want that for the future generations. And I think it's important that we look in the depth. You know, I was telling some buddy Pablo from Spain tonight, you know, and I was telling him about kind of what I see what America's going into, which is sort of a type of prison, you know, and it's heavy. It's a very heavy thing to hold, but we have to look at it, because we can change it if. And I just pray that you have the guts and call out to God, cry out to your Creator. He'll give you strength through this, through what's going on, through what's been going on, by the way. You know, a lot of us conspiracy wackos have been trying to blow this trumpet for a long time. We've seen what's coming. We see what's happening. Um, you know, I'm not saying like prophets or whatever, because I've gone in and out of it, right? You know, but this is a very heavy time. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. But you know, whoever this reaches, whoever's listening, I don't, you know, just, cry out to your Creator. It's really the best advice I can give you. You know, all the breathing, all the trying to balance your sexual energies and all that stuff. That's all good, you know. But I think it comes down to you can access power from something really great, and it wants to give it to you, but you have to do a few things, like some of the stuff that I talk about, by the way, such as what I just mentioned, because it clears the channel enough for it to come through, for God to give you some gifts. Let's just say that, and I believe in that more than anything that I can believe, because I've experienced, because I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've experienced it in dreams. You know, there's a big difference between that and trying to do things on your own and just taking it onto your own. Because just like in the Bible, King Nebuchadnezzar wanted everybody to worship a huge, tall idol statue, and well, he ended up being very humbled in his life. You know. He ended up looking like you're out there with the beasts, you know, just. So it's very serious business. This life, I'm just here to tell you, is very serious. It's good to joke. I love joking around, even though I don't seem like I have a good sense of humor. I do. I love to laugh. I love things like that. But this is serious stuff going on. It's your soul. You know what they're talking about with this great reset and everything. They've done this a number of times. We're actually from the little research I've done lately, it's looking like we've been in a very different history. Our history, I mean, that's not a profound thing to say, but our history is way, way different, like even more recent. Like what they say there's been a flood. I mean, look at all the Capitol buildings around America and around the world and things like that. You actually start to see the architecture. The cowboys didn't build that, you know, or the pilgrims and things like that. Like there's some things that are missing about our history, about who we are. And it kind of makes sense. Like America they say that a lot of orphans were sent there in the 1800s, 1900s, and then they re-indoctrinated with this new type of history, which was kind of what we have now, which is just total BS, by the way. And it might even be more BS than we have any idea. So I guess I just carry on this heaviness, you know. I feel it. I carry it. I don't want to say I carry it with pride, because I don't want to push people away. I don't want to hurt people. But I also feel like, you know what? Why not just say what's on your soul? You know, who cares if people don't like it? They need to hear it. You know, people don't always want to hear it. And I don't want to say this is the truth, but it's the truth as I feel it in the deepest pits of my soul. Okay? And I see a future that is amazing, that is filled with absolute beauty and perfection and a deep connection with your Creator. Your Creator just wants you to reach out to Him. He's asking you to just reach out to Him. Call out to Him. He's there. He'll help you get through this very difficult time that we're going through. And once you do, it won't be as difficult. You'll realize that you can have a beautiful life still. You can create a family. You can do these things and get away from the negative influences that you know are bringing you down. And I know when these things come up with me, I'm not any better than you. Okay? I'm just a man talking to you. Anyway, thank you for this staff, and I feel grateful just to be able to do this, and I feel blessed beyond measure. And I'm really, really hopeful for the future, by the way, for what women are going to become, and what men are going to. We're going to take responsibility back so that women can be beautiful mothers and continue on this beautiful human race. And it's up to us to just make that happen. Okay, at least in your own life. All right. Anyway, okay. Peace. Have a good night.